Cary Grant was the ultimate sex symbol of old Hollywood, and with his iconic movies, he gave the audience a masterclass in seduction. The way Cary Grant seduced women was very different to the techniques you'll see on YouTube or the way actors in modern movies do it. In his character roles, Cary demonstrated a very subtle form of seduction, reserved and gentle, yet highly potent. In today's video, I'm going to use the case study of the movie Indiscreet, in which the Bristol-born actor stars alongside Ingrid Bergman, and you will learn how to seduce just like the most debonair man of all time. You will also see Cary Grant act out similar techniques in movies like To Catch a Thief and North by Northwest, both of which I highly recommend. So let's get into it and learn how you can seduce like Cary Grant. Hello, my name is James, and I'm on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. If you want to be instantly initiated into a private network of gentlemen around the world, you can join the Gent Z community using the link down below. The first seduction technique of Cary Grant we're going to look at is his use of silence and still body language. When he makes his first entrance into Ingrid Bergman's apartment here, he just lingers in the doorway. Notice how she holds his eye contact for several seconds while he remains completely still. The way he stands there like a statue shows incredible confidence. It's not awkward because his presence commands attention, and he has all eyes in the room on him. Notice how he smiles and greets the group assuredly. When he does step forward into the apartment, he does so calmly and slowly. There is nothing hurried about his body language. He is completely comfortable occupying that space and that moment. And it isn't just during entrance scenes that Cary Grant is slow and still with his movements. I won't spoil the movie too much for you, but I will say that his character and Ingrid's character take quite a liking to each other. In this scene, she has invited him over for lunch at her place, and she's in the kitchen cooking. When he enters the room, he walks slowly toward her, allowing the clacking of his shoes to build her anticipation. Then he tenderly kisses her on the back of the neck. So even in his moments of desire, he is incredibly reserved. A leading actress of the time, Lana Turner, said, "A gentleman is simply a patient wolf." Cary Grant certainly exemplifies this in his scenes of seduction. Throughout the entire movie, and many of his other movies, Grant barely says more than 2 sentences at a time. He is what we would call laconic, meaning he uses few words to express himself. Other Hollywood stars at the time, such as Humphrey Bogart, were known for their laconic reserve. In dating scenarios, we sometimes suffer from word vomit and say too much. I know I certainly have. But when we allow room for silence, we allow room for tension. Tension is essential in creating attraction because it's this invisible force that draws you closer together. It's what leads to natural moments of intimacy, like that first kiss. And even when his relationship with Ingrid Bergman's character is in full swing, Cary Grant remains a man of few words. When he calls her on the phone, he even pauses for a few seconds before saying hi.
Hello?
Good morning.
His reserve keeps the mystery alive and allows room for her to keep fantasizing and dreaming about him. Another technique that creates tension and chemistry is extended eye contact. Take a look at this scene where Cary Grant is in the elevator with Ingrid Bergman going back to her place after their date. The bellhop is standing next to them, and they are not going to do anything intimate with him there because their affair is secret at this point. So instead, they stand opposite facing each other, and they do not take their eyes off each other for a second. Even as a viewer, you can feel the incredible desire between the two characters, and you can only imagine how strong that feeling must be for them. Eye contact is the most powerful tool you have for building connections. Not just romantic connections, but also friendships and business connections. You can use it in moments of silence, but it's also crucial to use eye contact during conversation. Look your subject in the eye as you deliver what you have to say, and match their eye contact strongly as you hear their responses. Watch what happens now when they get to her front door. Cary Grant isn't pushy about coming inside. He doesn't grab her and try to kiss her. He actually doesn't say a word. He simply waits for the invite that he knows is to come. This is a perfect antidote to the way many men behave today. Men are pushy. They make things sexual too early on. Cary Grant, however, allows the woman to lead the situation exactly where she wants it to go. He knows she wants him, and he is able to sail along her tide of desire to reach her. Because he is reserved, she has the space to feel her own sense of wanting him far more strongly than if he had rushed in and pushed her in that direction. Cary Grant's characters are often the masters of the romantic surprise. In Indiscreet, he tells Bergman's character that he's received a work assignment and he must leave for New York for 5 months. This means he will miss her birthday the following day. So instead, he tells her when she hears Big Ben chime at midnight to raise a toast, and he will do the same from New York. However, secretly, he has delayed his departure by 3 days and plans to enter her apartment exactly at midnight to surprise her as she raises her toast. Now, this plan doesn't exactly work out, and I won't spoil the movie by telling you why. But what's important to note here is how Cary Grant's character thinks. He understands that you can create romance by letting a woman down a little, only to pick her up much, much harder. This slight roller coaster is what keeps your relationship unpredictable and exciting. You may have heard that women don't want nice guys, but that's not true. They just don't want boring guys. By introducing elements of surprise into your dating life, just like Cary Grant, you will be on her mind more than she even knew possible. Now, there is a fine line between romantic surprise and playing manipulative games. Remember not to play with a woman's emotions too much or to create too much negativity for the sake of a positive twist. The benefit and happiness of the romantic surprise must be considerably greater than any hurt or disappointment you caused when setting the surprise up. While watching this video, you might be thinking, well, yes, all of this is very easy if you look like Cary Grant. Not to say Cary Grant wasn't incredibly handsome, he was, but what made him so attractive was more his overall persona, his quiet confidence, his debonair sophistication. Even if you aren't blessed with the looks of Cary Grant, you can imitate his simple yet effective style. Cary always looked well presented and well groomed. Back in his day, that meant wearing a two-piece suit and tie and being clean-shaven at all times. Today, you have many more options than that. But just remember to keep it simple. Most women only want a man who doesn't dress too sloppy nor too garish. Cary described his personal style as existing in the middle of fashion, never chasing trends. Keep your outfits simple, clean, and polished, and that will help you seduce just like Cary Grant. Gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed today's masterclass in seduction. Not from me, but from Cary Grant. I would like to hear from you in the comments. Who is your favorite old Hollywood actor? What do you like about him? And which movie would you recommend somebody watch first if they are unfamiliar with him? If you want to meet more men who share your mission to become a gentleman, join the Gent Z community using the link down below, and I will be there to personally welcome you and introduce you to this fantastic group. For today's outfit, I was inspired by Cary Grant to keep things simple, so I'm wearing a navy two-piece suit from Suit Supply, a custom white French cuff shirt from Hockerty, and then I'm accessorizing with a blue knitted tie by Otter Brothers, a simple white linen pocket square from Tie Bar, and on my feet I have a pair of patent black Oxford shoes from Ace Marks. You will find the link to all of these products in the description. Thank you for watching, and remember to always be a gentleman.